Day 1 of 2024 pre-season testing in Bahrain, and George Russell was keen to get going in the Mercedes W15. The Briton was the first driver on track and given the whole day to get to grips with the Brackley-based team's 2024 Challenger. Seven-time world champ Lewis Hamilton will take the wheel on day 2. Red Bull were the other team to run a single pilot all day, defending champion Max Verstappen given the first go in the RB20, Sergio Perez having to wait until tomorrow. Russell may have been the first driver to put rubber down in Sakhir, but Verstappen bagged the maiden overtake of the season, the Dutchman putting the moves on Charles Leclerc at turn 1. Later in the evening, Max again let his racer's instincts loose, passing Russell going into turn 13, the Mercedes man opting not to fight. After Red Bull's dominant season last year, there's been much talk of Adrian Newey's design for the 2023 car's successor. If lap times are anything to go by, and in testing that's not always the case, then the 2024 Challenger again looks the one to beat. Verstappen had the fastest time of the day with a 1:31.344. Lando Norris was the lead McLaren on day 1, and despite a few lockups and hairy moments, the Briton bagged the team's best time during the twilight session for P2, after Oscar Piastri had done some sterling work in the morning. Both drivers finished in the top half. Considering where they were in testing 12 months ago, the Woking outfit should be very pleased after a fine day's running. Hamilton's move to Ferrari next year to race alongside Leclerc was the big story of the off-season. Carlos Sainz may feel he has a point to prove over the coming 24 races. If so, the Spaniard laid down his first marker in the afternoon session, besting his Maranello teammate's fastest time by over half a second. The Scuderia's new car, the SF24, looked a bit of a handful throughout the day, with both Leclerc and Sainz running wide on occasion. The 2024 grid will feature 2 new team names with a corresponding updated livery. The former Alfa Romeo team will now be known as Kick Sauber. Their cars are resplendent in fluorescent green and black. Red Bull's sister team AlphaTauri have also been rebranded. They'll be known as RB, with their paint jobs reflecting the team's historical royal blue colouring. There have been other less cosmetic changes for the Faenza-based team. Longtime principal Franz Tost stood down at the end of last year, with former Ferrari racing director Laurent Mekies taking over the reins. On track, despite a big lock-up at turn 8 and going very wide at 15, Daniel Ricciardo was P4, having the bragging rights over Japanese teammate Yuki Tsunoda. 12 months ago, Aston Martin were quick out of the blocks, with Fernando Alonso bagging plenty of points and a few podiums for the Silverstone-based team over the season. This year's car, the AMR 24, looks to be a decent follow-up, and Canadian driver Lance Stroll was able to push it to P6, around 2/10 quicker than his twice world champion teammate. However, an errant part of the car caused consternation for a few. Stroll's dislodged wing mirror flying onto the track. Ricciardo managed to avoid it, but Hülkenberg had no such luck. Alex Albon had the initial run out in the Williams and became the first driver to stop his car on track, the FW46 grinding to a halt, the team blaming the stoppage on a fuel pump issue. Logan Sargent took to the track in the afternoon and grabbed another first, the first spin of the year. The American driver going hot through turn 9, hitting a slight bump on the circuit, which tipped him into a spin under braking, his car sliding backwards through the gravel. For Alpine, Esteban Ocon took out the A524 in the morning session and had a moment exiting turn 4. The Frenchman forced to guide his car over the gravel. Pierre Gasly fared better than his compatriot, P5, for his efforts on the softer compounds. Kevin Magnussen suffered a lock-up at turn 8, the Dane possibly distracted by Russell, who, to his credit, was way off the racing line, but moving through the corner as the Haas driver approached. Both he and teammate Hülkenberg occupied the bottom 2 places on the leaderboard as the flag fell. The American team were another to make a major change in the off-season, saying farewell to longtime boss Gunther Steiner, promoting Director of Engineering Ao Komatsu to the big seat.